Hey there, and welcome to the Best You Nation. We're excited for you, and we hope that this podcast will help you grow, optimize your 24 hours in a day, and help you live elevated. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Finn and your boy Adler, and we are here today to hop into a discussion on this wonderful Monday. Before we really get going, though, Adler,
Yes.
we have an announcement to make. A big announcement that we launched. Well, that's what I'm asking you. We started something 2 weeks ago where we started a TBYN, the Best You Nation giveaway for one of those exclusive t-shirts that you have on right now.
You mean this shirt that I'm waving right here?
That shirt right there. That
really?
shirt. Yes.
Interesting.
Really, dude. I'm serious. So we have to prepare, and I got to hand you over the drums because we need a drum roll. So everybody out there listening to this right now, I need you to get your drum roll ready. Adler, I'm going to hand you over the drums.
All right. Hey, wait. Give me a sec.
I got him.
I have to get my Zen moment. All right. Let's do this. Can I get the drums? Can I? Oh, there it is.
There it is. All right. That was the official handoff. Now,
this is a lot of power.
Ladies and gents, boys and girls.
Yes.
We ask right now, in this very moment, to get your drum roll on, because we're about to announce the 5 winners. I say it again, the 5 winners. Random drawing, no names, no favoring, all at random, generated through a website. So, I ask of you right now to get in the mode and begin the drum roll as Adler is leading the pack. Our first winner is Venetia from Kissimmee, Florida.
Venetia
from Kissimmee, Florida. We want to shout you out. You are a winner.
Love you.
Yes. All love goes to you. You are officially a winner of one of our shirts. And you
are a representative of the Best You Nation. You are now part of the family officially.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, don't stop your drum rolling. We're ready to announce the next winner. Are you guys ready? Number 2, Kaylee Norton out of Orlando, Florida.
Kaylee Norton.
Lots of love to you. We had an awesome opportunity to do a podcast episode with her and Venetia.
We did. And it was her birthday just recently. So
That's right.
the fates would allow it. The Best You Nation, it's your birthday gift and you won it. So congratulations.
Congratulations to you, Kaylee. You are part of the fam. Now, number 3, continue the drum rolling, guys. Continue that drum rolling. This is very, very important that we have the drum roll. Our next winner is Bill Sneed out of Orlando, Florida.
Woo! Let's go, Mr. Sneed.
Bill is a successful guy. Very, very, very exclusive of a guy. So
appreciate the support,
hopefully,
Bill.
At some point, he's a great fisherman. I keep asking him to take us fishing. So hopefully soon we'll be able to do that. And we'll all be able to wear our Best You Nation shirt out there on the fishing trip.
All together.
So welcome to the fam, Bill. Welcome to the fam. Our next winner, our 4th winner is Jake Seeley. Jake Seeley, you are the 4th winner of our shirt.
Let's go, Jake.
So that is number 4 for our winners. Number 5, the final winner.
Build up. This is the last one. This is the very last one. Okay, this is very important. We have to get this right. We have to stick the landing. We've been doing pretty well. Let's stick the landing here, all right? We got this.
Continue the drum.
Let's go.
I don't know the person, but whoever you are, your Instagram handle name is Aiden's Mommy. Don't know where you are, but USA. So you are the 5th winner of the Best U Nation shirts, official merchandise for this giveaway. We are so happy that you guys were able to be a part of that. To everybody out there who was able to be a part of it, we do appreciate you guys participating. Don't be discouraged. Adler and I will continue to do some of these things here once in a while to kind of keep things happy and jolly and light. But for right now,
but most importantly, if you do want to still get the shirt, you still have access to get the shirt. We do have a link that's on our page, and we have fall sweatshirts. It's about to get cold. Well, not really cold in Florida, but it's about to get cold. We got sweatshirt weather.
It's sweater weather, man. Who doesn't want to walk into Starbucks or their local coffee shop saying, I want my latte, my pumpkin spice latte, wearing the Best U Nation fall collection shirt
right here.
Listen,
it's a lifestyle.
That's a latte information for a latte people. See what I did with that?
Alrighty then. All right. There's that.
Great. There's that, guys. Hey, well, dang it, I can't make a joke out of it. Darn. Okay, it doesn't even matter. But guys, congratulations to everybody who won a shirt today. We will be getting those shirts out to you guys very soon. We'll make sure to reach out to you personally so that we can get to your house. They will be shipped directly. So Adler, I wanted to correct you, not in a bad way, but actually Bonfire, who we're partnered with, they will actually directly send it to their house. So that will be pretty cool. It'll be packaged nicely. It will be delivered to your footbed of your home, but the doorstep of your home or your mailbox or your P.O. box, however you do get your mail, we'll make sure that you get it.
It will be sent to you ASAP.
We will get it to you, as he said, ASAP. So congratulations, everybody. But as we are sitting here now talking, it is Monday. We have to get going with our conversation. Adler, listen, man.
It's time.
We have something. We've been talking about success.
Yep.
And we have been talking about this for the last, 3 weeks. This is our 3rd week now. I think we've been talking about success actually pretty much every episode in some shape or form, because it's all about being the best you. But today I want to talk to you. I want to have a conversation with you, man. I want to just kind of figure out, what are we talking about today?
All right. So there is this thing called the law of attraction. All right. And for those of you who are not familiar with the law of attraction, the law of attraction is basically, at least this is in my own words, this is how I describe it, right? It's basically speaking out in the universe and putting out there what you desire, what your goals are, and what you want from life. And then making sure that every action that follows that afterwards is supporting that goal, that drive, and whatever it is that you desire from life. And today I want to go over my vision board. I don't know about you, Finn, but I have a vision board from when I was 25. I'm now 30 now. Last week was my birthday. So when I was 25, I had a vision board. And do you want to know what was on my vision board?
Dude, absolutely, man. I mean, this is when we're having these conversations and having this dialogue back and forth. I feel like we find our ways, like a way to dig deeper into one another to understand specific things in our own personal life. And so with that being said, you have to want to know. So absolutely, yes. I want to know more about what was on your vision board 5 years ago, because I will share with you at some point what I had on my vision board 5 years ago. Correct. So dude, I'm all excited. I'm enthusiastic to know. Tell me about it, man.
So I do this thing is every 5 years I come up with a vision board, and I won't go into like detail about the new one that I just created, but every year I come up with a vision board of things that I hope to accomplish and that I want to do. So for this particular point in time in my life, there's only one thing that I did not accomplish. All right. So let's start off with the fact that this was 2005. And one of the things that I wrote down was I wanted to become, drumroll please.
Wait, 2005 or 2015?
15. Why did I say that? That's weird. All right. Hey, you know what? It's early in the morning, so there's that. 2015, I was in nursing school, and I wrote my first vision board. I had just finished watching a documentary called The Secret, and I was fascinated by it. So one of the first things I wanted to do was I wanted to become a nurse, and within the next 5 years, I wanted to not only become a nurse but finish getting my bachelor's in nursing, which I did in 2019. I wanted to also get a set amount, like dollar amount, before I hit 30, which I did in 2009. Well, I guess 2020, technically. I wanted to also, I think around that time I was sitting around 218 pounds. I wanted to lean out to 185, which I currently am at. And I wanted to travel, which I am a travel nurse now in 2020. So I get to see a lot of different places, sites. And last but not least, at that time, I wasn't able to really run a mile anymore. I was like having like really bad like pains, and I think eventually I ended up like tearing my Achilles like soon thereafter. So I wasn't able to do like a sub 10-minute mile. And now I can clear 10 minutes like pretty easily now. It's not so hard anymore. But the only thing I didn't get to accomplish was becoming an ICU nurse. Largely because I think I applied once and then it didn't work out, and then I just never did it again. And it's not because I didn't want to, it's just because I prioritized traveling over, getting an ICU. But that's something I might revisit in the future. Who knows? So what do you think, Ben?
No, and listen, man, it's important to understand that having a vision, okay, it's having an idea, right? Something that you have in your mind. A very profound professor from Harvard University in the business aspect of education, Rosabeth Moss Carter, I believe. She says that a vision is not just a picture of what could be. It is an aspect to our bettering of who we are. Okay. And so with that being said, in this sense, you have to understand you accomplished 95% of what you want to do, not just because you said I could do it. It's because you went out and executed your plan in your life and what you wanted to accomplish. So the way that I see it is, we talk about law of attraction. It is one of the fundamentals of visualization. It's what we're talking about today. A lot of successful people, they visualize. And just like you did, at one point, Adler, I think I was about 16 years old. So a little bit over 5 years ago. Actually, no, wait, 6 years ago. Yeah, it was I was about 17 years old when I actually originally, I think I was 17. Was it junior? So my junior year of high school, so 17. So about 5 years ago, when you were getting ready for school, you were starting nursing school or in nursing school, when you were setting up your vision board, this is not me pointing you.
Spry lad. No, you're a young guy. You're a spry lad.
But I was just making a fact and a point here. But
you're right. No, I'm sorry. I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
It's all good. I just didn't want you to think I was calling you old. I just didn't want you to.
No. Hey, you're just really young. That's it.
Well, 17 years old. I was doing exactly what you were doing. And this is what's beautiful about success, man. I mean, success is not. I think success is subjective. I think a lot of people get this concept in their head that success is this: you reach. You're a millionaire, or you're driving a nice car, and you live in a nice house. I mean, materialistically, yes, that's great. It'd be nice to have all these things. However, not everybody wants to be a millionaire. Some people just want to have 500,000. Some may not want to drive a Tesla. They may want to drive a BMW. I mean, I know it's materialistic, but success is not defined the same way for each person. However, most steps to success, the algorithms for success, are usually pretty consistent amongst most successful people, that 1%. So as you know, as we're talking about law of attraction, I was sitting there, I've watched The Secret. I've actually watched it multiple times over and over again. And I love the movie. It's fantastic. It gives such in-depth perspective. And at the time I was in a transition. I didn't know they had a book. I knew they had a movie.
Yeah, They have both. They have both. Yeah, I just had to just mention that out there for some of our avid listeners. I know that some of them are really like huge into books, so I just gotta put that out there. It's on Amazon. I think it's like $8 if I'm not mistaken. But go ahead, continue.
I might have to go get it just to read it.
Oh, it really is. Yeah.
So what's really important about understanding the law of attraction, when I was writing down my goals at the time, this is crazy because at 17 years old, there was, I was thinking differently. I was in a different mindset. I was about to graduate high school. I was in the process of finishing up some of my classes. There were just a few things on my mind that I really wanted to get done. And it's actually funny now that I think about it. I had put an iPhone on my vision board. I put a credit card on my vision board. I put an airplane, a Delta airplane. It was actually a Boeing 767. And that's because I wanted to be a pilot. I wanted to fly planes. That was what I wanted to do as a kid. That's what I've always wanted to do. That's why, I also put Air Force on my vision board. I also included, what else did I include? I've included multiple places that I've never been to, such as Brazil, some of these other countries that I wanted to travel to. Where else did I put other things on there? I don't really. Oh yeah, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. I wanted to go to school to get a bachelor's in aeronautical science. So at 17 years old, this is what, I was speaking to existence. I put a car on my vision board. I think I put a woman on there too, just because I want to marry somebody one day. And, the idea.
May I ask what type of woman? Like, the only reason why I ask is because you are a single young man. You have to tell the ladies exactly what you're looking for. So that way they, whatever. So you're speaking into existence.
You're right. So, okay. So at the time, obviously at 17 years old, I'm a 17-year-old. My intentions for what I saw in a woman has only evolved in a much more mature way compared to where I was 5 years ago. But I've always seeked out for a successful woman. I've always seeked a level of intellect, a level of empathy and compassion, a woman that can stand not in front or behind me, but beside me. That's something really important because I don't want to stand in front of her or stand behind her. I want to stand next to her. I want to be able to hold her hand. And I'm speaking metaphorically in a sense, like we're on the same page about things where we can grow and develop and establish things. And that's just at 17 years old. That's what I was thinking. Now, of course, now today, obviously there's a lot more abundance and a lot more has evolved from that. There's been growth. And I want someone who's going to match me or challenge me as a person. Why do I think the way that I think? Why do I prioritize certain things in this perspective? But that's beside the point. That's a very small part. We can talk about it another time.
No, yeah.
But
yeah.
At the time, Adler, it made sense to me to put these things on my vision board. Now that I look back on it now, some of these things, obviously I'm not pursuing to become a pilot. It's not that I can't be a pilot. I mean, I'm sure I could. But I think now that I look at my vision board, it was the most realistic to me at the time. What I read from it now, what I translate it as now is I wanted a stable career where I would make money, where I could provide for myself. And of course, when the right lady comes around, then I can provide for her. And if little Steven, little Finns move around into the scenario, then I also have, able to provide for a family. So these are things that I was thinking about as I've gotten older. So now, instead of it being, go for it, steal the mic. Yep.
Can I make a very corny joke, which I feel like you would appreciate? First of all, I don't think you know what you're not my reader. But can I make a joke that I think that only you, Finn Foster, would appreciate? Because you're the king of dad jokes. You are the king of dad jokes. I'll give you that right there. So you said baby fins, and all I could think of is just you having little baby sharks. Do.
Baby shark, do.
No, we're not gonna do that. We are not gonna do that now.
Hey,
but,
you opened the Pandora box, so
hey, you're right. I just figured you'd appreciate it. But the only reason why I kind of wanted to stop you there is just because I think that it's super important to highlight the fact that you were talking about what you search for in a soulmate, so a partner, right?
Mm-hmm.
You obviously want somebody who is driven. You want somebody who is empathetic. You want somebody who is who can challenge you and who can push you. And just to kind of like, from my perspective, because I've been where you at, and like I've had like the same exact thought process. So I think the one quality that I think, I guess we'll say two qualities. The two qualities that I value more than anything is loyalty. Loyalty in the sense of not like, infidelity or anything. I'm talking about loyalty where you like emphatically believe in me, like regardless of how like the chips are set up, regardless of what the current situation or circumstances. I don't care if the whole entire world is against me. You like, nah, that's my guy. I know who's going to do this. Like you, like that level of loyalty. That's, I guess, I don't know, loyalty, commitment, whatever you want to call it. Like that's something I think that I value more than anything, because emphatically that's who I am as a person, and that's how I feel about like any one of my friends. I feel that way about you. I feel that way about anybody that I claim to love. So I don't care how bad the situation is. I don't care how many different obstacles and odds are stacked against you. I just know one thing, is that you are going to accomplish what you desire, because you set your mind to it, and you will accomplish anything that you put your mind to. And then the second thing that I appreciate is just I feel like it was an undervalued thing when I was younger, is the ability to challenge and push me. Because growth is something that like you can have self growth and you can push yourself to that. But I feel like oftentimes like and not always, you have to be very discerning. You have to like be discerning with this. But I think that sometimes the aspirations that other people have for you, like the ability to be like, hey, like I can look at you and be like, Finn, you're doing well, but I know you can do a lot better. Like you're doing very well, but knowing that you and the potential that I see in you, I know you can be doing a lot better. Like that aspect of it, I think that's something that I probably downplayed it a lot when I was, younger. But I think that that's something that I actually value, because I'm a tough critic on myself. But now if I have that external motivator, that's something that's like, okay, all right. So now I'm gonna prove it right now. It's time.
Absolutely. Well, I just want to make a point to everything you said.
Yeah,
you got to keep in mind, the law of attraction is literally, if you think about what it says, the law of attraction. You talk about attraction,
whatever you put out.
You literally will attract whatever you put into the universe. For me, it's God. I pray a lot. I pray night, day, through the day, and I'm not just praying about my meals, But one of the things that I want to say is that the law of attraction is always in effect. It's always in motion. One thing that's really just a blessing about the law of attraction is that even though you may have moments where you say, because the law of attraction doesn't filter. Well, let me be careful how I say this, because it does filter. Let me just take this for example. One day you say, "Oh man, I wish that or I don't like this," or I don't know. I'm trying to come up with an example. When you say something that's more negative, or you are proposing something that's more like a negative situation, like, darn, I got a bill, or oh man, I got a hospital bill that I have to pay, or oh man, and you focus so much on the fact I don't have the money to pay for it, or I don't have the money to get gas to fill my car up, or blah 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 blah, whatever the case may be. When you focus your energy on that, in the moment, it's not like it's not a genie in a lamp. This is it's over time versus it right now. So thank God the law of attraction doesn't happen, because if you think everything and that happened in the moment, law of attraction is an over time with consistency kind of thing. So if you throw it out and say, hey, like for me, I said I want to get a car. As an example, I really wanted to get a car. And I said, the way I looked at it is I had a motivator. My motivation was I didn't want to continue to pay $800 a month for just me to get to work. And that was just a very base number, playing it by as if it were to be.
And that's because you were using Uber and Lyft to get back and forth.
Exactly. I was using
You have to
Uber
give context. I was just, letting the audience know. That's the reason why you're paying $800 a month.
I appreciate it. Fist bump, brother. So yes, $800 for someone else to press the gas pedal to get me from A to B. And I wasn't, at the time, it worked out. At the time, it was the most that I could do for me. I realized that I was spending way too much money for me to go from one place to another when I could be saving that money to get myself a car. So I figured out what was wrong, but I also was focusing on, I want a car. I want a car.
Yes.
I want a car.
Yep.
So what did I start doing? I started researching. Car from this much to this much. Car from that much to that much. And at one point, I believe
that pod died, so I'm dispersing it away as
no
we're
problem.
talking here. So one of the things that I realized was once I started researching, I was getting more pumped, more excited. And as I was researching more and more and more after the excitement built up, I had saved up enough money. I used a little bit of my tax return. And I remember I showed up at a dealership and I said, I want a car. I already knew it in my mind which one I wanted. I saw what I wanted, and boom.
And showed up like this and said, hey, let me get that car.
Exactly. But I had a motive that was creating a deficit, and I didn't want to be there anymore. So sometimes our law of attraction action plan, so to speak, derives from a place of uncomfortability. If you remember, we've talked about this before. Being uncomfortable will push you for change, like Adler said, growth and a new beginning. I wanted something different, and I wanted a car. I wanted to spend $350 instead of $800. That was my push. So law of attraction is always in effect, whether it is with your finances, whether it be with your education, or even with your personal goals. It's always in motion.
See, and one might ask, and maybe one of our audience members might ask, why are we talking about our vision boards? Like, what's the point with the connection between the vision boards and law of attraction? So the reason why we bring up the vision board is because when you're operating with the idea of the law of attraction in mind, right? Mm-hmm. That means that you're putting out into the universe, or putting out to God, that this is what you ultimately desire, and this is where you want. This is what you want. And by writing it down on a vision board, that solidifies, that concretes exactly what you want. And you can, especially when you're making your own vision board, and this just tips to anybody who has never done a vision board, you want to be as descriptive as possible. My journey into becoming a nurse and everything, it's so surreal. And I actually shared it in one of maybe season 1, somewhere in there. I can't remember which episode, but just a brief synopsis, right? At that time, I was in a relationship that really wasn't going all that well. And it's just largely because, her and I were both in school, and we weren't able to commit the time that we really needed to. And so, arguing and not really getting along. And, as Finn knows, I'm one of the primary caregivers for my grandmother. And, I take absolute pride in taking care of her. Taking her to doctor's appointments, taking her to go get her medications, taking her that's my grandmother. She's 95 years old now. And I enjoy every single second of it, just spending time with her. When I was in nursing school, I was in the very last semester, and I was really facing a hard time. And I had this professor whom I did not really like. And he made things a little bit difficult for me. But I can appreciate it now because, at the end of the day, I got past that level. And I remember getting to a breaking point, and I said, you know what? I give up. And I remember actually I said a small prayer. I said, God, take away anything in my life that does not fit, so that way I can focus 100% on this. And if this is something that you got for me, if nursing is something that you want me to do, then you're going to find a way to get me across this finish line. I remember saying that, you say it, and, obviously you're studying and you're trying to, do what you got to do. But then you actually got to kind of see the world around you start to take form and just start to change. So I'm a huge fan of the law of attraction, because what happened afterwards, I ended up breaking up with that girl, which gave me a lot of free time. I didn't have to worry about date nights or, spending time to know somebody and initiate communication.
It's a lot of work,
had a lot
man.
of time
to work.
It is work. It's a lot of work. So I was focusing more on school. My grandmother, she said, you know what? Hey, I'm going to go to Georgia and I'm going to spend some time with your uncle. So I'll be there for the next 3 or 4 months. And I was like, wow, okay, cool. So then she kind of, that cleared up a little bit more space and time for me. And then I think I was super huge into gaming at the time. Modern Warfare was a huge game. And I'm playing it all the time. Yeah, it's good times. And my PlayStation, they gave me the ring of death and said, nope, not working. So literally within a matter of 7 to 12 days, everything that I prayed to get rid of all the distractions. And literally I had no distractions. It was just me and the book. And I was able to commit, I was able to pass, and I was able to successfully make it past there. And I remember even to the point where it was my final test, I was praying, God, please give me pharmacology, because I'm pretty decent with pharmacology. Please give me pharmacology. My last test, guess what I got? Pharmacology. And I said, oh, thank you. Appreciate it. And it just, everything came into fruition. Just after speaking it out and praying it out. And you said it already, you're frequently praying. I just wanted to bring in a quick verse, James 4:2, right? That's a verse. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it just basically says, you have not because you ask not. What that means is, if you don't put it out there, then you're not going to receive anything that you want in life. You have to put it out there. And there's 2 ways to put it out there. You can, I can be a little bit obnoxious sometimes with the way I go with certain things. I rather put out there exactly what I want and let the viewers and let Finn know, so that way it creates it kind of builds up a little bit more pressure on myself. So now not only do I have to accomplish a goal, but I have to prove to you that I'm going to accomplish a goal, because I just told you that. So that's something it's huge to me, because you know what pressure makes, right? Pressure makes diamonds. And I believe that I'm a diamond and I'm a gem that I can shine in any situation. So I want the most amount of pressure, so that way I can come out on top and say, you know what? Hey, I made it. I did it. Now, there's other people that they operate a little bit more quietly. They don't necessarily tell those people that are around them, but they do make it be known and say, hey, look, you know what? This is exactly what I want from life, and this is how I want to accomplish it, and I want this. And they quietly put it out into the universe, and they can still accomplish what they want. So the whole reason for me to bring up all of this whole long detail, is to create your vision board and put it out in the universe, put it out to God, let it be known, whether it be, to friends and family, or just to yourself, between you and him. Just let it be known that this is what you desire and these are your goals, and go for it. And the most important caveat that I have to just, this is something that I can't stress enough. When somebody says, or when the Bible says you have not because you ask not, don't put limits or restraints on what you can accomplish. Think big, because I think that's something that I'm actually learning now. Because 5 years ago I said, all right, I had these goals, and I said, all right, so these are my goals, because these are obtainable. But now that I'm 30, I have some goals that I'm still trying to tweak my vision board for now. But I have some goals that they're outlandish, they're crazy, they're up there. And I think that it's worth shooting for the stars and landing for a cloud instead of just trying to climb the top of a building. So I urge every single one of you guys, if you haven't already, create a vision board. It's 2020. Everybody wants 2020 to be over, but guess what? 2020 is still here. We still have another 2 months left, 2.5 months left. So you might as well create your vision board, put it out to the universe, have your actions support what is on your vision board, and then watch the world around you change.
I love it, man. Speechless. So I'm not going to add too much more because everything you said there had a lot of value, man, and absolutely nailed everything on the head. You're absolutely right. If you're not out there at least putting the action into what you put out in the universe, see, a lot of us have this conception, and I'm one of those who did have that conception myself. Throwing something out in the universe is step number one. You have to follow through, and you have to also put in the work to receive these things. It's like planting a seed in the ground. You did step one. You planted a seed. If you don't water it and you don't apply sunlight, have some sunlight, that plant's never going to grow. In life, right, in our journeys, your step one is to plant a seed. That seed is getting your finances together, getting your education together, getting your personal goals lined up. What do you want to do in 2021? This is what we're here for. And Adler, you and I both know that when we started this podcast back in the beginning of the year, we set our own goals for this podcast. We set goals for ourselves personally. But one thing that we want you to walk away from today's episode is that the law of attraction isn't something you have to go buy. You don't have to get it in a prescription bottle. You don't have to worry about a doctor or an NP or a PA signing off a prescription saying, here you go, here's a law of attraction. You don't have to go to school to get it. You just have to be willing to throw it out there, just like the Bible says. Have not, ask not, or ask not, have not, whichever way, or sounds good both ways.
You have not because you ask not.
Correct. There's another scripture real quick that I want to tap into, and this is one I actually have highlighted in my Bible and I go back to often, and it's in the book of Matthew, chapter 7, and it's 7 through 8. The Bible said in that chapter specifically says, ask and you shall receive, knock and the door will be opened. And is it ask, knock, ask? Ask and you'll be given, seek and you will find, and knock and the door will be open to you. It's all a mixed match. But the point, if you don't go out and find it, you're never going to find it. If you don't knock on that door isn't going to be open to you. How awkward would it be if you got invited to a party, you get there, you got your food, you got your bowl of guacamole, because I'm the guacamole guy, I bring guacamole to the party, and I stop and I never ring the doorbell or I never knock the door. They're never going to know. I'm not going to get into the party. No one's going to get my guacamole, and I'm just going to be awkward just standing outside the door. But unless you knock...
So y'all gonna open the door for me?
What's that?
No, you're just standing there, just like with guacamole that's starting to get like overripe, and
I probably would have started eating it by then. If I start, brown. The point is that I'm trying to make, though, all on a serious note, is that whenever you are thinking about your life, you're thinking about your journey, thinking about this year. A lot of us look back this year and go, man, it's been a long, long, long year. And there's a lot of time. It's been a while for a lot of us probably who've said that. But whenever you want something, when you want something bad enough, you'll do whatever you can to get it. And when I say that, that was something that somebody once told me. You want to become an EMT, you go to school. Actually, it was one of the social workers in the ED. I was in transport, and I remember sitting down with her, and she doesn't work there anymore. She works at the main campus downtown Orlando, one of the biggest hospital systems across the nation. I remember her sitting down with me and saying, "Finn, I want you to go be an EMT. I believe in you. There's something about you. There's something about who you are that just matches that. But don't stop there. Don't stop there. Just use this as a stepping stone. And I said to myself, this is huge. This is huge. So I put EMT up on my wall. At the time, I had a wall. I put all my stuff on the wall. And I would look at that sticky note. And I said, EMT. EMT. When I saw that, I literally went to the school. I said, listen, this is what I want to do. I want to be an EMT. I applied. Got in. Granted, it was expensive, but I never doubted that I would be able to pay it off and get through it. So law of attraction is, again, it could be applied financially, educationally, personally. So we challenge you, like Adler says, to go out there and start making your 2020 vision board. What do you want to do in the next year, the next 5 years?
2021.
2021. What did I say?
Yeah. You said 20.
Start making your...
Well, I mean, you started for now, but then it's also for like the next upcoming year.
We'll start working on it for next year. Like, what are you doing? Go out, get your materials, get active, be creative. That's another thing I was going to say. Us humans, we are always in a state of creativity. We're never not. The day that you die, I hate to be harsh, but the day that you just stop operating as a human being, when your heart just goes from to this, your time is done, that's when your creativity stops. So take this time. Like Adler always says, optimize the 24 hours you have in a day. Go be creative, because that's what we were made to do. And start working on that vision board. I think that's something that I'm even going to do. And I'll post on our Instagram. I'll do it, but you guys got to do it too. And maybe we can even create a little challenge later on this year. Maybe if we get a lot of participants, we get some people involved. Post your vision board on your story, tag us, and we may, if we get enough participants, enough people who go out there and do it, we'll do another drawing for another.
When we get enough participants, we'll do another drawing.
We'll do another giveaway. So we challenge you.
And just before we close out, for all of our listeners and viewers, if obviously we're just two guys. We're two guys, and we're just telling you our own perspective or our own take on the law of attraction. But if you want to do more research and you want to learn more, there's a documentary called The Secret. Check it out. It's very informative. The last time I checked, it was on Netflix. I'm not sure if it's still on there now. But even if it's not there, you can find it on YouTube, the Law of Attraction. And there's also a book out there. I told you it's on Amazon. And there's also another book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That's very educational. It's actually like the cornerstone or foundational piece that started the whole law of attraction. It's like in the 1800s or something like that. But definitely fact check us, before you start doing a vision board. If you want to understand more, definitely do your research. This is not something that we're just making up. This is something that's actually out there, that's been out there for years and years on end. And we're just tapping into it. You got people like Tony Robbins, E.T., the preacher. You have like all these, motivational speakers that are here in the modern day and age that they tap into that as well. That's something that they do routinely. So knowledge is power. And inside books, you find the knowledge and the power that you need. So definitely fact check us. Outside of that, I really got nothing else to add. We love you. We appreciate you. Congratulations to our shirt winners. And I think that's pretty much it. We'll see you guys next week.
Pretty much it. We'll see you guys next week. We love you guys.